You and me, do this right now. Talking to me, you talking to you. Schizophrenic. Hi, my name's Jockey and I'm the creator of StyleMyBob.com. Today I'm going to show you how to do a basic styling of your bob haircut. I know there's not a whole lot that exists online that shows you just the basic cut, dry, straight to the point how to style your bob, so that's what I'm going to do for you today. So first, I'm going to show you the supplies you'll need to do your basic styling of your bob. A wide tooth comb, a fine tooth comb, some kind of a pick, and a couple little clips. Okay, so to start, I just got out of the shower, I did my makeup, and now I'm ready to do my hair. So I'm gonna take this down and brush it out a little. So now at this point you can get a good look at my haircut and see how similar or how different it is from yours. And I have an A-line bob. That's my personal bob, but this styling technique will work for any bob and will achieve the perfect basic bob hairstyle you want. So now we need to blow dry our hair. We can put product in it before we blow dry or not. Today I'm gonna do it without product just to keep it basic for you. So, got my blow dryer. And of course you're also gonna need a flat iron. Don't forget about that. The flat iron I use has ceramic floating plates, which just prevents it from those extra snags on your hair that gives you the kinks and the little nicks that you don't want in your hair. Okay, we're gonna blow dry right now. So when I blow dry my hair, I use it on medium heat because it'll get your hair dry fast, but it won't fry it. I don't recommend using the high heat just because it's very easy to fry your hair on the high heat. So medium heat on high fan, that's what I'm gonna do. And once again, there is no product in this hair, straight out of the shower. I'm gonna flip my head upside down, give it a little bit of a comb out, and then I'm gonna start blow drying. And we're blow dried. And we're gonna start the styling. This is where you're at now. Hair's dry, what do? Before we start the styling, give it a little bit of a brush. As you can see, this is where I'm at now. Then we're gonna section off our hair a little bit so it's easier to do the undercurling. So for me, I just kind of look and see how my hair is naturally laying and encourage it to do that a little more with my comb. And then I'm gonna take a clip and section off the upper part of the back part of my head. So I'll turn around and show you. Just like that. Don't worry about these front hairs, they're not gonna be in your way too much, so they're okay. You don't have to section them off if you don't want to. You can if you do, but I don't. Now we're gonna start the undercurling. With any bob, but especially the A-line bob, the undercurling in the back helps with the stacking and the layers that your stylist has given you. So to encourage that and give extra volume and va-va-voom, you want to do the undercurling. That's what the hairstyle is meant to be done with, so that's what I'm going to show you. So we've got our flat iron, and I'm going to turn around and show you how I'm going to start this undercurling. It's very simple, very basic. Don't overthink it. It doesn't have to look perfect because you're going to have more hairs on top of it. So don't worry if it's not perfect. It's okay, your hair will still look great. And as we're doing that, in case you haven't used a flat iron before, you're curling your hand under to create the curl on the edge of the hair. Now we have that. Nothing too special yet, but that's the first step. Now what we want to do is take this part that we sectioned off back here, and we want to pull out a little bit more of the hair to curl. Still, while keeping the top part that we don't want to curl yet sectioned off and pulled out of your way so it's easier to curl that hair. So as you can see, we're starting to get a little bit of the stacking there, just with the little bit of curling that we've done. Now, we want to pull this pin out and pull a little bit more of the hair out. I only have a little bit left in mine. You might have more than me, but because I just have a little bit left, I'm just going to drop the rest. Kind of pull it back a little, and again, curl it under. And when you're grabbing sections, don't worry that you're grabbing a perfect little cutoff piece. Just grab wherever, because with how the hairstyle works, it doesn't have to be perfect. Your curling doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. Your hair will look awesome in the end if you just don't worry about that. And it takes a lot less time. Now you can see what we've done here. We've got the little bit of curling in a few different layers. Now, what we're gonna do, we're going to pull back a little bit more of this hair to curl. You can use your comb if you want. Grab a little bit more. Because with the bob, usually you don't have to wear it that way. You can just leave these forward. But with the bob, it's pretty traditional to comb some extra hairs back than that just naturally would lay that way. Now we've got these hairs in front that are just kind of laying here. Now if you naturally have wavy hair, you naturally have curly, straight, whatever, this is all going to lay different ways at the starting point. So with the A-line, or with any bob, you want to usually give it a little under curl. So nothing complicated, just grabbing the ends, giving them a little extra under curl. Same thing on this side. If your hair's got a little extra wave up here that you don't want, then just grab your piece like you're straightening, but with a slight under curl, just like that. Get rid of your waves. This is a very natural look, a very natural styling to the bob, which is awesome. You can leave your hair just like this and hairspray it, and that'll look great. It'll look super cute, super natural, almost like you just rolled out of bed looking awesome. So you can do that. Leave it just like that. Looks super cute, doesn't it? But me personally, I want a little extra edge in my bob. So I'm gonna show you with just a couple extra minutes how you can edge it up. Here we are. We're gonna give it a little tease. To give it a little tease, the only thing additional you need is hairspray. Pick your spot where you want your teasing to begin, which is usually about halfway into your head, if that makes any sense. So comb it all back from the halfway point. And then you're gonna kind of section it off. Grab it in a little inch to an inch and a half width group. Comb all this craziness down. Comb this up so it's nice and neat in your hand. We're gonna take our hairspray and give the back of the hair a little spray. Or a lot of spray. Here's our fine tooth comb. This is where this comes into play. Back combing is super easy with a bob because of all the layers. So we're just gonna give it some back combing. If you've never back combed before, it might take a little practice, but you can get something the first time. I am so sure you can. If you have a bob, anything is possible. If your back combing's not sticking, I recommend trying a little bit more hairspray in it. Some people's hair, like mine, likes to be extra silky smooth, so it doesn't want to take to the back combing so well. A little more hairspray fixes that problem. I back comb it up pretty high up into the strand because I want it to stay, and a lot of it will just fall out throughout your day, so I give it extra back combing. Make sure you get it from these side angles as well because you want that little poof everywhere. At this point, you have this giant piece teased. I'm gonna lay it down forward on my head. I know it looks super goofy, but I lay it down kind of like this in between my eyes because it has to lay somewhere, but I don't want it to interfere with what I'm styling. So I lay it down in between my eyes just like this. And then we're gonna section another piece off and back comb that. Right below that one, find your starting points and then grab another section about the same size or bigger. It's up to you. Same thing as last time, smooth it up all nice and good. Hairspray, spray the back, a lot or a little depending on how addicted you are to your hairspray. And then back comb. And I backcomb this one pretty high again. Same reason, I want it to stay. I know a lot of it's gonna fall out. So you're basically over backcombing it if you're expecting it to last the whole day. And then, same as the last time, just laying it right on top. So now, here we are with this funky mohawk thing, with all our backcombing laying on top of our head. Now, at this point, you can kind of see how well of a curl job you did on the rest of your hair. You can especially see the back, and you have access to the back again if you think you need to correct a few little things. Looks okay. Not bad. So I think I'm going to leave it how it is. What do we do from here with our backcombed hair? We're going to take it and pull it down, but now there's one little extra thing that I like to do with my backcombed hair to make sure I'm maintaining my A-line bob classic look. And that's when it's teased, I'm going to grab it and give it a little reinforced curl. And then you see how it lays over my hand like that, nice and pretty and curled? I'm just going to let it lay there for a second while it cools off. You're going to grab your backcombed hair and pull it apart a little bit. Distribute it across your head, I guess. It looks pretty funky right now, trust me, but this is exactly where you want to be. So to help reinforce it at this point, I'm going to give it an extra little spray, because I'm a hairspray addict. Let that set up a little. I'd like to let it set up longer, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to keep rolling. So now we got all this that's been back combed. What are we going to do with this? Same thing. I want to reinforce my curl a little bit because I don't want that baby coming out. So right over my teased hair, give it a little reinforced curl. So now you see again in my hand, it's got that nice little curl to it. I'm just going to drop it, let it cool a little. So then after you feel like it's cool enough, you're going to grab that section and distribute it again, just like you did the last one. And now you're really starting to see your bob come together. So you can see, so kind of distributing this across your head a little, but not too much, because you don't want to totally kill your teased hair. You just worked so hard to tease. So this is where we're at now. We just distributed it. See how I look? A little nuts, but you can see that great stacking still. You're going to take your comb and you're going to shape what you want your bob to be for the rest of the day, which is concealing those knots you just created in the teasing. So I'm not actually combing out my hair, I'm just lightly running this comb over the top hairs. If there's anything we're not liking, we're going to give it that little extra fixing up and tweaking that we want. If we want the edges curled under a little more, you're going to do it right now. Now with the A-line, I think it's really cute if you have these front hairs a little bit more straight than the other ones, because it makes your A-line looks so much more dramatic with that little bit of straightened hair in front. So I don't go super sleek with them, but definitely straighter than the rest. You can go more sleek, that would probably look awesome. I like the general shape of it. I want it a little more poofy, but I like the general shape. So I'm gonna freeze it where it is. Make sure you get the back, a whole bunch. I want a little bit more poof. What do? How do I get it? This bad boy. You take this pick right here, and you're just gonna kind of stick it in around the crown and lift. And anywhere you want more lift, you do that. So stick it in and lift. And if you accidentally go a little too crazy, you can brush it back down, don't worry. But you want to get it nice and even, and the amount of poof that you want. Some people like their hair really high, some people just like a little extra volume. I'm pretty happy at where my bob's at right now. You can see that stacking and how awesome it is back there. I'm super happy with it. I love how it's going, so I'm gonna super freeze it in place with more hairspray. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I always do. That's it. That's the basic styling on how to do your bob. Thanks for watching, and I hope your bob is looking extra fabulous right now. I'm Jockey, the creator of StyleMyBob.com. You can follow me at twitter.com/StyleMyBob. If you tune into Twitter, you'll be one of the first to know any tips, tricks, and especially when I release a new video on awesome, different, unique, and everyday ways to style up this bob. See you later.